Hey everyone, welcome back, and today I have a brand new top 10 video for you. I'm going to redo these for all 4 of the Disney World parks, but today we are looking at my favourite park, which is EPCOT. This has been my favourite for 20 something years now. There's been lots of changes, so today I'm going to go through my top 10 favourite rides, attractions and experiences. They're not necessarily in order, but I have left my absolute favourite for last, so watch all the way until the end to see what my favourite thing is. First up, we're heading over to the Land Pavilion to a classic EPCOT attraction, which is Saurin. Saurin takes you on a journey around the world and you feel like you're flying. You can feel the breeze. They also use scent, so you can smell some of these locations that you're going to. It's a really great attraction, and for anyone who's worried about heights, I have ridden this with people who are afraid of heights and they had no problem at all. It's a really enjoyable attraction. You can usually ride it with a fairly low wait time, especially first thing in the morning or last thing in the evening. Next is Frozen Ever After, and this is a boat ride that goes through various scenes from the film. It has a really nice little queuing area. It does get very long lines, so if you want to ride this one, I would try and do it first thing when it opens. It does have lines that are long late into the evening because the World Showcase is usually busy, so definitely ride it earlier in the day, but it's well worth a visit, especially if you have young children, because they love the songs from this film. Next, we have an experience rather than a ride, and that's Journey of Water inspired by Moana. And this is a walkthrough experience where you can interact with water and fountains. It's a very, very beautiful area, and everything is kind of activated by waving or moving your hand over things, as you can see here. Well worth visiting this on a hot day. This is such a great addition. Not only is it beautiful, but practical when it's hot. Next is one of the newer attractions in EPCOT, which is Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. This is located in the France Pavilion in the World Showcase, and this one uses the new trackless ride technology, which a lot of the attractions are starting to use now. I absolutely love this. It is a 3D attraction, but also kind of goes through physical sets as well. There are some other effects going on as you go around. I think Ratatouille is one of the underrated Disney films. I absolutely love it, and I was so glad this one came to Walt Disney World. I've ridden it before in Paris. They have the same attraction and it fits perfectly in Epcot's World Showcase. So this is definitely one not to be missed. Test Track is next on the list, and this ride is getting a refurbishment. I believe it will be reopening in 2025 with a slightly new look, but this ride has been around for a long time. It kind of moves slowly at first. You're in a little race car going around, and when the doors open, it then kind of takes off really, really fast and just gets faster and faster. This is a really, really fun one to ride, especially in the dark, I find, and you can use a single rider line for this. So if you don't mind being split up, you can use the single rider line and usually get on this one without too much of a wait. Next is another experience, and it's the EPCOT nighttime show, which is Luminous, the Symphony of Us. And the nighttime show has changed a few times over the years. I have to say that this is my second favourite, second only to Illuminations, which ran for years. This new one that they have is absolutely amazing in my opinion. I love the music. Everyone's always a little bit divided on which ones are the best because they have had a few over the years, but this one is spectacular. It's on every evening when the park closes, so be sure to see this. It really is worth waiting till the end of the day. Next is the World Showcase, and instead of mentioning specific countries, I've just put the World Showcase as a whole at number 4 because all of the countries are amazing and you need to visit all of them. This entire area of the park just has lots of different countries all around the huge lake. Some of them have little attractions inside, other ones have little exhibits, films, there's all sorts of stuff going on, but some people don't really go into the pavilions and explore properly, and I would highly recommend doing that. There's also some great restaurants, so if you're looking for a meal at lunchtime or the evening, there's so much choice in the World Showcase, so be sure to explore it properly. Next, we're heading to a very classic EPCOT attraction because everyone will recognise this, and that is Spaceship Earth. This is a very slow moving ride which basically goes through the history of human communication. So you're going through different eras in time. This is just such a classic. It's not exactly a thrill ride, I will admit, but I had to include it in the top 10 because this is one of those attractions that really makes me feel nostalgic about Disney World and Epcot in particular. They were going to refurbish this, but it hasn't happened yet. I'm actually quite glad because I love it as it is. So for me, this is definitely one not to miss just because of the nostalgia. The next thing I wanted to mention is World Celebration Gardens, and this is a new area in Epcot, so many people may not have seen this yet. They have lots of seating and PowerPoints for you to charge your devices, which is really handy. The reason that I've mentioned it though is because it looks particularly beautiful at night. You really must see how great this looks at night. You can see Spaceship Earth there in the background all lit up, and it's just well worth having a little explore of this area. And the other reason is because the Walt statue is in this particular area. This is definitely somewhere to go and get a photo. There are photo pass photographers there, or you can take your own, but getting a picture with Walt is a must. And at number 1 is, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. This is the best attraction they have in Epcot and arguably in all of Walt Disney World. This ride is incredible. It is a high-speed roller coaster. It does kind of spin around and move very fast. I will say though, it is very, very smooth. Even people who are generally quite scared of thrill rides and coasters love this attraction. And they have 80s music playing as you go around. There are 6 different tracks and it kind of rotates through them, so you get something different each time. I get September and Conga a lot, and there are some of them that I still haven't had, but this ride is great fun. It uses a virtual queue currently, but that could change at any time. And the pre-show is quite long, but that's so that the waiting doesn't get too boring. You barely even realise you're waiting. I don't have any footage on the actual attraction because you're not supposed to film, but trust me when I say this is a must-do, so please do try and push yourself, even if you're a bit scared, because this ride is amazing. It doesn't go upside down, just in case you're wondering. And that is going to do it for my Epcot Top 10. I hope this was helpful for anyone who's planning their trip to Disney World. If you're not already, please do subscribe and tap the bell icon, because I will be redoing all of the top 10s for the Disney World parks. I have lots of other vlogs as well, so please do check out the other videos on this channel. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch. I hope you're all well and having a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one.